Yeah. Still. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. And type of motion new to you. So it's just a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And Ben Worthy like 42 on a Lakers jersey. It flies the jet logo on Vinny Testaverde. Yesterday's price ain't today's price to double up.
Woo! And once again, it's on. You are rocking with the best. We are the Politics as Usual podcast, where we cover everything NBA related, and you know we're going to give you some sneaker talk. I'm with my main man, Pots and Pans, the one and only Adam Carter. What's up, my guy?
What's up, Jack? How you doing?
You know, man, just trying to work with the leftovers. We're tired of it.
Enough is enough.
We ate so many leftovers, we couldn't even record last week. But we are back, and I'm glad about it. But I must say, before we start, what do you got on there, sir? What are you rocking?
Shout out to the Briz. Victory is mine. We representing the home team. Shout out to the Briz, the Brizzard.
Yes. And me, myself, I got this Starry Adam Bomb shirt they gave me because I'm trying to get them to sponsor the show.
There you go. There you go. Always working.
Got it on. Always. Yo, before we jump into everything, I don't know if y'all know, but our main man, Storm, who gave us the lyrics for this fantastic intro, that single is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go get it. The Politics as Usual NBA podcast single. Look, man, we got a single out there.
Yo, listen, we doing something. We got our own theme. I feel like we rivaling power now. I feel like that theme's rivaling power.
Watch out, Ghost. We coming, yeah, man. Excited to be back on episode number 5. Yeah,
sir. In the words of the great Varnell Hill, did you miss us? Did you miss me?
We miss him.
Listen, tell me about the yams.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. What do we got today? What are we working on?
Oh man, let's jump right in. So first, we're gonna start with the weekly recap. Yeah. So let's talk about what happened. We got a lot going on, brother. So what you want to talk about first?
Man, you shoot it at me, and I'll make sure to follow up.
So listen. Tonight, as we speak, we're filming this on Wednesday, as we normally do. CJ McCollum.
Yeah,
he's back. He's back after that, that injury with the not injury, but being out with the collapsed lung, which was very scary. So he is back. I was watching the game a little bit before we got started, and Embiid's not playing, so Sixers were losing, but it was good to hear that McCollum was coming back tonight, man. So that was exciting news this week, brother.
One thing we did see, with the McCollum injury, I don't know. I still can't figure out that Pelican team. I watched them lose against the Jazz, and I just can't. You would think they'd be better with all that.
They're streaky. Like they have some good games where Zion looks like the player we thought he could be, but then other games, man, that team is just a disappointment.
Zion runs like everything hurt.
He just got up from the Thanksgiving table.
I gotta go right to CVS and get me some icy hot when I watch him run. That's no shade to you, Zion. We'd love to have you on.
Listen, shout out to my guy Steph Lewis. He runs like Steph Lewis. I remember how Steph Lewis used to run back in the day. Shout out to Steph Lewis, aka Zion Williams.
Oh my God, man!
He gonna kill me for that one.
I said Steph is still in shape. I don't need none of that.
Listen, Steph is out there in New Hampshire, still in great shape. Still can bench press 1 million pounds, I'm sure. So it's a lot of other crazy stuff that's been happening this week, brother. But we gonna spread it out. We ain't gonna talk about everything. I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We'll eventually talk about the tournament.
Yes.
We'll talk about our Lakers. We'll talk about those LA teams. So it's a lot of stuff happening with those. There's some allegations out there going on. So it's a lot of stuff going on, brother. This in-season tournament is shaking things up. And it's a lot happening.
Are we finally getting a hold of it, understanding?
I wouldn't go that far.
Yo, they're talking about the point difference. I was like, what?
My God, man. So Lester Duper had called me yesterday. Shout out to Duper. He called me yesterday and said, "Cuz, are you really following this tournament, man? Do you know what's going on?" And I looked at him on the FaceTime and I politely said, "No." I have no clue. But let's move on and talk about a hot topic, brother. Let's talk about Josh Giddey, man. Some very disturbing allegations.
To say the least.
The allegations are that he was had an inappropriate relationship, I guess you could say. Possibly 15-year-old girl.
Good grief.
So that's really wild, man. Really wild.
21?
He's 21. 21. Apparently, the girl posted something on social media that she just had relations with Josh Giddey.
Oh, man.
Man, that is terrifying from a team standpoint. Can you imagine being the owner of that team and seeing that? You're like, no. Please say no.
Like, dog. Imagine when they pulled him into the office, and I was like, when I saw that, since she's 15, social media.
Right.
He's a good player too.
Yeah, man. That's a tough loss for them.
So the Thunder has said, they're not gonna, I don't think they made a public statement. They just hoping it goes away. But I saw today that the Newport police, the cops got involved. They're investigating, and the league's investigating. So we don't know what's gonna come of it. All these allegations, but we watching.
But with the cops getting involved, you know what that means for Josh Giddey? He is sweating bullets.
Man,
sweating bullets. He better pray to whoever he believes in. Man,
dog. I don't know if I got any, man. If it's a church in Oklahoma, a mosque, he better be in it.
He better be in it.
Yo, forget going to the free throw line, going to practice. You better get your house in order.
Yeah, you better, man. That is crazy, man. And there was a lot that was surrounded by that. There was some pushback against Malika Andrews. Did you see that, Jack? Des Bryant. The Cowboys had said, some remarks, kind of accusing her of not covering the story the same way that they covered Ja Morant. So I mean, could be something about that. It's
Brandon Miller too. She got a lot of pushback for the bull Brandon Miller when she brought that up. And Stephen A came at her defense as well. So it's a lot going back and forth. I would say we had a great Ja discussion. The only thing different with Ja, he let us see it.
Yeah, he let us see it. But I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, obviously, everything is not about race, but it makes you question. Does race have something to do with it?
And we'll
makes you question it.
As we monitor this, if y'all don't know, Giddey's a white guy. If he doesn't get any kind of punishment or any kind of disciplinary action from the team or the league, that's when you start raising your voice up a little louder.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've read, the family of the girl doesn't want to get involved. Like they don't want to make any comment or anything like that. But the allegation is out there. The picture is out there. I mean, it's, like you said, it's not quite the same evidence as Ja Morant, but the story should still be covered the same way, though. You gotta keep it fair across the playing field, right?
I saw her do it today too. Now, when I saw Dez do it, I said, "Let me start watching this." And she talked about the police today. And it's funny. There was a joke they put up. They said her tone is different. Which everybody said, "Y'all need to stop." Yeah,
yo, they looking for anything.
Like, yo, like they try to get her out of there, man. I was like, yo, we got something.
But listen, this Giddey thing, man, this could have big, could be a big thing because OKC is in a really good position. They're rolling, man. I mean, the team looks good this year. Chet looks good.
Chet looks
good.
And that SGA. buddy.
Just as swaggy as you want to be. Like, listen, man, this is horrible timing for this to happen for the OKC Thunder, man. So this will be.
Before we move on, you know SGA is good because he got a Skims commercial.
Yo, you see that?
Man, listen, and can't nobody say nothing because he's better than almost everybody.
Listen, I knew he was different last year. You know he got the braids, right? He keeps them fresh.
Yes.
They won a game, and you know how to give him the water celebration. They poured water on his fresh braids. I'd never seen a player get so mad.
Oh, no.
He got so mad. He said, man, like, what are you doing?
He's got these. Yo, he loves his gear, loves his style.
Oh, man. All right, Jack, let's move on, man. You see, I'm repping the Lakers today. You know, I follow LeBron, so
yes.
But
they win in the night.
They win in the night, but let's talk about Monday night. Both LA teams losing bad, Jack.
Yeah, it's crazy. 2 different losses in 2 different kind of ways.
Unbelievable.
I was watching the Sixers game, and AD looked so good in the first 3 minutes. Then Embiid put together like, yo, as we said earlier, Bomani Jones. The difference between a big man and a tall man. Joel Embiid is a big man. And this is why the Lakers, they got to get a big man so AD don't have to try to be he's not a bruiser.
He needs to go back to that power forward position.
Yo, that I was convinced of that. Just against him and Joker. He don't have this trouble against Giannis because Giannis is a similar lankier 4.
Right.
But against Embiid, it was glaring.
And the crazy thing is, for our area, you know, we're right outside of Philadelphia. Well, you're not currently, but we're from outside of Philadelphia. It's a big deal when LeBron comes to town, man. Yes. I see. You know, I'm an Eagles fan. Sorry to hear that you're Steelers fan, Jack. I'm an Eagles fan, so I saw Jalen Hurts and
smiling.
The players from the Eagles were at the game, so it was a big deal when LeBron comes in, and then they got spanked.
Jeremiah tried to bang the bell to start. And I thought it was such a great game last year. We all went to the game last year. And overtime, I think AD had 35, MB had so he can play with it's not like, you know, sometimes it's so hard on AD, like the can't play. I just don't think he can handle that night to night bruising as a center.
Right.
I was convinced against MB because that second half was like, yo, he ain't even out there.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of the game, I mean, it was no comparison. Like Joel Embiid and the Sixers are clearly the better team. I mean, Maxey looked great. Everybody was clicking, man. 44-point loss, LeBron's largest loss in his career.
And it was crazy. Somebody said not even against when he was in Cleveland and they was losing. It was early when he was a rookie as he suffered such a loss. Darvin Ham said Maxey was like a Lamborghini out there. He couldn't catch that. Yo, he's so fast, man.
He's so fast, man. He's always just flicking his hair.
I know that he's laughing. That would make me. He's the kind of player that would drive me crazy. Just laughing.
He's always just flicking his hair, running past you.
Yo, the greatest thing Doc Rivers ever did was finding Maxey.
Oh man,
he's a stud.
Listen, so we talk about the Lakers, but let's talk about your favorite, the Clippers and that beard. Nobody was happier than my partner in crime on Monday night when the LA Clippers lost to the Denver Nuggets with no Joker, no Murray, and no Gordon.
How is that possible? Here's what's crazy. I stayed up all night to watch it. I wanted to see. I was like 7-11. I was up all night and I was watching. That boy, what's his name? Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
They're looking like George Gervin. They couldn't stop him.
Listen, DeAndre Jordan turned back the hands of time. He looked like he was back in LA.
They got to give him an award. I don't know, the player of the week. Guy had 23 and 11. They say he ain't scored 20 since 2019.
since Chris Paul was throwing him lobs.
Yo, he was dunking. I don't know what was going, and it was a full Clippers team.
All the players, that team is just no good, man. I mean,
hard.
They may figure it out, man, but you can't lose to the Nuggets without those players, man. Like, and I saw somewhere where Harden said he needed 10 games. He needed 10 games to get back in shape and get clicking with the team. And the 11th game, he had 11 points.
Yo, they was going right by him, man. Yo, it was going right by him, man.
Maybe he needs to cut the beard, Jack. Maybe.
It was funny. See, he was playing with the Sixers. He could do that because Embiid cleans up all that mess.
Right.
You know, when you got a center like that, but they ain't got that out in LA, and you got to guard your guy. And listen, and my boy Russell Westbrook want to fight the fans.
Hey, man, listen, he don't play.
Yo, don't talk to him.
He'll go in the stands.
He can't wait to go in the stands. Yo,
thank God he was not on that team with Artest back then, because he'd have been in the stands right with him.
Buddy,
Steven Jackson.
He can't wait to go in the stand, and he was like, "Yeah, man."
He don't take no mess though. I mean, I get it though. I mean,
sure.
At this point, the fans just feel like they can say whatever they want to Westbrook, and that's not fair either. And he made a good point. You know, no other job can, somebody say whatever they want to you, and it's okay. You just got to deal with it. I agree with Westbrook on that point.
I agree, but unless the guy says shoot better.
He's tired of hearing that, Jack.
If they say that, you gotta take it.
It's not working.
Because he airballed that free throw. I was like, they gonna roast him.
But it's unfortunate though, man, because before the beard got there, man, they were looking good, man. And Westbrook, he's Charles Barkley said it. He's one of Charles Barkley's favorite players. I mean, he's a selfless player, man, willing to go to the bench. He sees what it is. Like, you can't play all four of us, man. That doesn't work. Now he's going to the bench and he's struggling and he's getting the backlash. That's not fair for Westbrook.
And you know who's skating free unless we bring it up is Harden.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you skate, James. They was fine until they brought him in there, man.
We're not doing weekly Harden this week,
but the people want it.
Find a way to bash
people want it. The people want it. I thought they won 2 games. I was like, okay, we'll move off them. But you can't lose to Denver when the joke.
I mean, he hit that game. Harden had that game winner, so I was like, all right, maybe they're starting to figure it out. But they lose to Denver. Clippers, with none of their stars.
None of the stars. I couldn't even name some of them guys that had off there for Denver. Wow.
It's wild, man.
What's going on in LA?
Listen, man, they are looking bad, man, that LA
and
team.
Tonight, they play the Kings.
Good luck with that.
Fox gonna smoke the Bulls, man. You kidding me?
Oh, man, listen, man. I don't think as far as right now, they're not even in playoff contention. I believe they're in the 11th spot in the West.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't know how they're gonna improve. I don't see it.
We're gonna keep covering it for the rest of the season, Jack. Let's move on. Let's talk about this in-season tournament, Jack.
Shout out to you, Duber.
Shout out to Duber for calling me. He said, "Cuz, are you really following this? Do you know the rules?" No, I do not.
Gunnan, you go ahead.
I'm going to run through the finalists real quick. So for the 2023 NBA Cup, we got the Lakers versus the Suns. Shout out to Jerron on Instagram. He asked us from, I can't remember what, week 2, I think is when we started talking about the tournament.
Yeah.
Which one of us had our predictions the closest. We're going to have to go back and look. I know for a fact that I had the Lakers and the Suns, though.
Definitely.
So the Lakers and the Suns, and then you got the Kings and the Pelicans. And then you got the Bucks and the Knicks. I had the Bucks. I know I didn't have the Knicks.
I remember seeing the Bucks.
And then you got the Pacers and the Celtics. I think I had the Sixers in that spot where the Celtics
did not see the
Pacers are.
Did not see the Pacers doing that.
Yeah, so you got the Lakers versus Suns, Kings versus Pelicans. You got the Bucks versus the Knicks. You got the Pacers versus the Celtics. Let's go with the first one, Jack. Who are you taking out of the Lakers and Suns?
Everybody's taking the Suns. I saw today. Suns, the Lakers are the perfect matchup for the Suns.
Yep.
The Suns are the perfect matchup for the Lakers. They cannot do. That's what AD's going to kill them.
Yeah.
They
Lakers can beat them.
Yeah, they can beat them. And they showed us that in the early season with the comeback victory. But because they can, and they have a lot of guys who can guard AD, and LeBron doesn't. Right. They can throw who you got out there?
On the Lakers?
Huchamar is hurt. He would be one. Can, who's on that starting team with the Lakers? They got all them 6'3", them 6'9". Oh, Prince plays him so hard. That's a hard 30 that Durant got.
And Durant's 30 looks a lot different this year than it did in years past.
Yeah, man, getting up there.
Yeah. Like our stars are starting to get up there. So we talk about LeBron being, up there, but KD is getting up there too. So I'm taking the Lakers in that first one, Jack.
Yeah, most definitely. Well,
Kings and the Pelicans. I'm going with the Kings.
They're gonna smoke them.
Man, listen, the Pelicans don't stand a chance.
Fly Pelican. I don't see it happening.
Fly Pelican.
yo, and Malik Monk.
Listen, man.
Buddy.
Listen, let's not even get started talking about Malik Monk. Listen, he made that shot the other night with Golden State. Had Clay storming off the court.
Clay, what? Look, we gonna get on Clay a little later. I said, it's gonna be my turn to weekly Clay slander.
Oh man, I got
a baby, man.
Listen, like Jordan Poole's mustache. I hate the way I hate Clay's mannerisms. I don't like nothing about Clay Thompson. Hate the way he walks.
Hate the way how he stands, how he sits at a press conference.
Bucks and Knicks, Jack. Who you got?
Oh yeah, that's the Bucks. Knicks been playing good though, but I think finally that Dame and Giannis chemistry and Middleton looked good.
Yeah,
man,
Middleton's fitting good into that third spot.
Yeah, man, he was coming off those injuries, so he's probably getting rounded into shape. I don't see the Knicks doing anything with them.
Pacers and Celtics, Jack. That's a good one, man. The Pacers are good, buddy.
They shoot that thing.
Listen,
and Halliburton,
man, he's serious, man.
Yo, and this is what I love about the tournament. We get to watch those players that we don't get to normally see that don't get the national game, like a Halliburton. Watching him against the Sixers, I was like, he's special.
Yeah, he's definitely special.
I'm gonna go with the Celtics. With Porzingis, I forgot, is he gonna make it back in time?
Yeah.
I
think I'm gonna go with the Celtics too. Even though the Pacers look good, I'm gonna go with the Celtics.
But I think that all the teams you named, they had the biggest chance to make an upset. There's an upset. Yeah.
And it's funny with this tournament. We were talking about this a little bit a little while ago before we came on. The point differential was a big thing with this tournament, man. The other night when Boston was playing Chicago, they were doing a hacker drumming. It was like they were already up by 20. Billy Donovan's looking like, what are you guys doing? But then, he had to explain to him, listen, that point differential, it means something in this tournament.
Yo, that's one thing I heard Candace Parker say. They should go by division. I totally agree. They'll probably fix that next year because Donovan looked like he wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Look like you got, they're rubbing their nose in it.
And Candace Parker mentioned that overseas they do that.
Yes.
So she said she's played in some of those tournaments like that overseas, and she said they played to the last second. So there ain't no courtesy, dribbling the clock out. No, you going for every point you can get.
I don't understand that dribbling the clock out. When did that start?
Man, listen, it's the NBA trying to be polite. I guess they still did it in the 80s, but it seems like they always talk about the 80s being tougher. This seems like that it wouldn't have happened then. They would have blamed it on the 2000s when that started.
They was mad at Zion one time. He did like a dunk last year with the time running out.
I remember that.
The joke was hot.
So but listen, the fans come to see that though.
Yes, you want to see. Yes, you want to see that. Yeah, but Missoula looked like he hates everybody. Man, he hates being in Boston. He hates Jason Tatum. Hates Jalen. He hates Al Horford. That dude, man, he got to work on his personality, man.
Man, he does. He never looks happy.
Oh my dog, you coaching the Celtics? Rolling.
Man, listen, man. But with this tournament, man, though, so December 9th in Vegas, right?
Vegas.
So Vegas, man, that's gonna be fun to watch, though. Even though it's confusing, I think we'll have a better understanding of it next year. But it's gonna be fun to watch, though.
Confusing. And one thing, before you move on, just the teams that are not in it. I would love to see the Sixers in there. Mavericks not in it. OKC's not in it. And we just got to figure out, how to get everybody in there. But LeBron and them was making sure, LeBron, that's how you become a billionaire. He ain't turning down no money.
Right.
Win that thing.
Listen, and it's bragging rights. I mean, who wouldn't want to win the first NBA World Cup or whatever you call it? What's it called?
The NBA Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup.
Cup of noodles. What's it called and everything? The NBA what? NBA Golden Gloves Championship. The NBA WWE, whatever it is, somebody gonna win it.
The Super Cup. What's it called, man?
Super Cup. Oh my God! Super Cup. That's what they called it. The Super Cup.
The Super Cup.
You got my attention with that one.
Oh man! All right, Jack. Let's move on. Let's talk about Mark Cuban, man. Mark Cuban selling the majority stake in the Mavericks. So let me read this for you, Jack. So he's selling the majority stake in the Mavericks for $3.5 billion. In a highly unusual deal, Cuban will keep shares in the team and still be able to keep full control of the basketball team. I ain't never heard nothing like that.
Unheard of. Amazing.
Listen, if I ain't a hustler, what you call that? Listen, he hustled that thing.
Yo, here's what's crazy. What are they called? Anderson, and I forget the people.
Miriam Adelson and the casino tycoon Adelson family.
They said 10% of their wealth is 3.5 to buy the team. That's insane.
That is insane.
But I believe when he brought that team, it was worth a couple $100 million.
Right. Back in 2000?
Yeah, now he's about to sell it for $3 and still control the day-by-day operation. What they paying you to do that? That's unheard of.
Can you imagine making $3.5 billion in a sale, but nothing in your life changes? You still do everything you were already doing?
Oh my God.
That's amazing, man. Shout out to Mark Cuban for that. I don't know who his negotiator was.
Yes.
Listen. It had to be Kevin Spacey. Yo. Shout out to it's one of my favorite movies still.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. That's because and people I was listening to NBA radio today, they were talking about what's gonna happen with Luka's future. And because I believe that's why he's staying on, because the owners know they love Luka loves Cuban, and you want to keep Luka as long as you can.
I think all those players Mark
everybody talks great about it.
Yeah.
So the one mistake I saw him make, I can't believe they didn't give Jalen Brunson that money.
He's got to want that moment back.
Yo.
He's got to want that moment back.
Looking at Brunson now, Villanova's own, buddy.
Man, listen, I think that is obviously Kyrie Irving looks good there. I think that'll definitely work, but you didn't need Kyrie.
Not
now. You had what you needed in Jalen Brunson.
Perfect.
You drafted him.
Even a better fit than Kyrie.
Yeah, he doesn't need as much as Kyrie does.
Yes. Even though they're looking good. But shout out to Cuban. They say he's not going to be on the Shark Tank anymore. They say he's gearing up for a presidential run in 2028. Would
you vote for Mark Cuban?
I'm tired of these reality people. I said, we had enough of that. Hey, listen, we still trying to climb out of that.
Listen, if they vote for Trump, I feel like I can vote for Mark Cuban.
I ain't putting it past nobody.
Listen,
if he said
it's wild, Jack.
And don't let him promise a stimulus check, he gonna have everybody voting for him.
Listen, man. Well, clearly he knows how to make money, man. And so listen, man. Shout out to Mark Cuban. $3.5 billion, Jack. Man, he said he got his own money.
I feel like breakdancing. Yeah, man. Cuban. Ooh, salute.
Oh, man. So listen, we alluded to it earlier.
Oh, boy.
Are the Warriors done, Jack?
Man, Duber, this is when we lose Duber as a subscriber.
Man, Duber is currently clicking off. He's clicking out of the YouTube as we speak.
All the new Warrior fans who came along when Steph and them came, Duber was one back in the day since we was little. Oh, I don't know why, but he was a Warrior fan.
Listen, man, he's the most loyal fan I've ever met in my life.
It paid off. Him and the Chiefs. It paid off. I never thought it would like that. But your boy Clay, he's gotta, maybe the contract is weighing him down, but man, he looks like a shell of himself.
Listen,
and I don't like how he's talking. Why is he talking like a brat?
Listen, T.I. said it the best. He said he's ice skating. He's ice skating with heated skates. He's on thin ice.
He's buddy.
On thin ice, Jack. Listen, did you see that press conference when they alluded to the fact that possibly he may need to come off the bench? You called it. He was acting just like a brat. I said, look at his outfit. I hate it. Hate everything he has.
We always talk about how the Lakers depend on LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna drive Steph into the ground. Steph got to get 35, and we saw last night, as you alluded to, Monk, I don't know another game I went to sleep on, and I was thinking they're going to win.
Yeah, they were up big.
And Draymond is back, no apology, got a technical last night. He was, that guy. And
more on him later.
And somebody, I think this might be, I think this is, they can maybe compete, but they're not the dominant team no more. You cannot convince me in the 7-game series they can beat the Lakers, Phoenix. I don't think they could beat Ant-Man. Ant-Man got a little injury now.
Yeah, that Minnesota team's tough.
And the Kings, man.
Houston, you figure Houston, they could sneak in. They're Dallas.
You don't want to see Dallas in the playoffs with a clicking Luka and Kyrie in the fourth quarter.
Especially if they're healthy.
Buddy.
Man, listen, I was talking about this today with shout out to Heezy and B-Dub. We were talking about it earlier. I think this might be the last year for Clay. If I'm the Warriors organization, I'm starting to think about it because he's one. To me, I said this earlier to those guys. I said, listen, he's pretty much Kyle Korver at this point. Spot up and shoot. That's pretty much all he is. Because, and if you figure you can get a younger, more athletic person to do that these days, man, you got a whole bunch of people that can shoot. He don't bring you the same defense that he once did.
No.
If I'm the Warriors, I may be looking to blow that thing up this summer.
Yeah, man. And I was looking at Clay, like you made a great point. What separated him was his defense.
Right. Two-way player.
He would stick Kyrie. He would stick Kawhi. He would stick Durant. Now
LeBron.
So LeBron, they guard him on him and Draymond took the best players.
Right.
Now, because of the severity of the injuries is why. And I wish he would have a little bit more, I guess not humility, a little self-awareness to be like, I'm a step slower.
Right.
That would make them want to, maybe they don't give you that Big Macs, but they'll keep you on, But you don't want to be the guy, Korver being out here like trying to find your way on the team.
Listen, I read in the comments when they showed that video of the interview, they said, a person's mad when they start laughing after they say something. He said, me go to the bench, huh? All right. He said, a person's mad when they start laughing.
Then he said, I don't care what y'all think. You care about what people think when you say, I don't care about.
Anytime you say, I don't care about what you think, I clearly care about what you think.
Man. If he would embrace that role, he should see himself like how Ray Allen saw himself when he went to Miami.
Yeah.
It would extend your career. You're not going to get your career extended when we watching Fox go by you. We watching all these young boys go by you, and Steph's like you said with Durant. Now Steph's working so hard to overcome that. Now Steph got to play more. Now Steph got to play more D.
Right. And the thing is, those Warrior fans are not coming out there to see Klay. So, like you said, maybe a little bit more humility or something, man, because Klay is not very aware of, like, listen, you're not the guy. Steph is the guy.
Because he said, I scored more than 20 points. Remember, he was the first person to score 20. I think that was Thanksgiving week when we didn't shoot. Like, dog, he's supposed to say, man, hopefully I can keep that going. Instead of saying, like, yo, I've done it before. Yeah, dog. Attitude, man.
Yeah, man.
Steph don't have attitude when he has bad games.
Yeah, that Warriors team, man.
Steady. Yeah, man.
8-10 right now, man.
Ooh.
8-10, 10th in the West currently, man. That is not. I remember, the first couple episodes, man. I had the Warriors. I never count them out.
Never.
I had them as a possible, contender this year, man. They're not quite looking like it this year.
No, I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
And Draymond is still
turn that music down in here. He turned to an old white dude. I need that music. I need that rapidy rap turned down. I can't hear myself. Draymond!
They don't look like the same team, Jack.
Oh, man. Oh.
Listen, man. So this summer should be interesting with them, man. Because, I think Klay is still a tradable piece. I think you can still get something nice for him.
Wouldn't that be something? They might need to do that,
but he has a big contract, though. I mean, like I keep forgetting about that. It's still a nice size contract. Like it's not.
We'll see. You sent him up to LA.
Listen, somebody said that today too. He might be a good fit in LA, but I don't know though, man. This Klay Thompson, I don't know if he's a good fit anymore. Not the way that he views himself.
That's the problem. If he see himself like, yo, I can come off the bench and get 20 a game, perfect fit. But not I'm 2017 Klay Thompson. No, not that guy.
Yeah, man. But it's a shame though, because Steph still looks like Steph. Steph is out there, still putting up numbers, still being himself, but it's crazy to see all of our superstars get old, man. Like Steph Curry is getting old.
35.
Like, man, like you figure back in the 80s,
you're done.
Way out.
He didn't get to 35.
Man.
Durant was 36.
Man.
LeBron 52.
Still playing like he's 25, though.
He was running even when they was losing. I said, he still looks like he's the fastest guy out there. I don't get it.
And listen, man, speaking of Steph, man, he has to be in tip-top shape, man, to play like that for all these years, man. He still looks like a young man. The babyface assassin does not age, but you can see it in his game. It's starting to fall off slightly because he got to work so hard to get those shots. And you see that shot that he took last night. Ooh. Realistically, he should have passed the ball to Klay.
Yes.
But, when you Steph Curry, you're the baddest shooter on the planet.
You know what I'm
thinking? Make that shot.
A couple years ago. He said, it won't pass none of them dudes over.
And just like a brat, Klay stormed off the court. Look at it. Look at this dumb walking off the court.
It was funny. You're storming off because Steph Curry shot. Self-awareness, dog. He's the greatest shooter ever. Even when he missed, we got to be like, that's what I know we dragging on a little bit. Remember your boy Jordan Poole took that shot. Yo, Steph was like, I'm Steph Curry. What are you doing shooting at the end of the game?
But listen, Steph had 3 guys on him. Klay was over in the corner, wide open, and I still feel like Steph. I still feel like it was the better shot for Steph.
I like my odds. Oh man!
Oh my God, man! Oh man! All right, let's move on, Jack. Let's move on. So we talked about something earlier in the week in our when we were texting back and forth. And in today's NBA, so many foreign players that are winning MVP, Jack. So let's talk about some American players who could possibly win MVP.
Yeah, man.
And when I thought about this, I said, man, this is tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Slim, right? Kind of slim.
Listen, so you give me one, Jack, and I give you one. We'll go back and forth. Who you got?
Jason Tatum.
I got Jason Tatum on my list as well.
Be the one. he's probably the only one that's right there now.
Right.
And I had Ja. I would have had Ja before all this happened. I thought he was on his way. The market, he had the machine. Listen, he was going to be the guy.
I got Ja Morant on my list. I got Ant-Man on my list.
Ant-Man. I thought about
I got Ant-Man on my list. I think in a couple years he's going to take a leap.
Devin Booker.
I got Devin Booker. I got Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Listen, man, in the last couple years, man, he's special, man. We talked about him earlier in the show, man. He is special, man.
And that might be one of the greatest trades ever to work out for both teams. Him and Sabonis.
Both teams.
It just fits perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have worked out better for either team. You figure Sacramento is rolling. They look like the new Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, it looked like just when how Golden State was rising, and it was, oh man, those guys when Mark Jackson had them, that's how they look now. Like they just step. They may be one player away.
And speaking of the Sacramento Kings, I don't have him on my list, man.
Yeah,
Fox, man. Fox could go on that list as well, man.
It's funny though. It's a bunch of guards.
Yeah.
There's no American-born wings.
Right. You figure besides Jason Tatum, that's about it.
We'll put him in there.
Nah.
Another tall man.
But listen, I tell you who I got on my list.
Who's that?
I got Tyrese on my list, man. You never know.
I like it.
I got Tyrese Maxey, man. I think this year they had him like I think he was in the top 10 in MVP voting this year. Like if they were voting today, I think they had him in like the top 8.
Future's bright. When the perfect planet, we're Sixers fans, y'all know that my dream would be as Embiid in a few years starts to get a little older.
Right.
That they have a great handing off of the mantle.
Right.
Really, he'd be like 25, 26.
Because what is he, 22 now?
22, man.
22, man. But listen, the scary thing is going to be in today's NBA, teams don't stay together that long, man. So hopefully they don't move on from Tyrese or Embiid a little too early before we get to see the Magic.
Giving them money. Some people was talking about trade Embiid. So that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I give him whatever they don't make Embiids every day.
No, they do not.
They don't make them every day.
Did you see Embiid in high school? Embiid can't believe he's Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, how you gonna pick up the game that late and look like that?
And be a top 3 player.
His football.
Like, that's amazing.
His moves. He can dribble. He don't miss free throws.
He's like a guard out there, man.
Insane, man.
Yeah, man. But the American MVP though, who's going to win it first though? Out of all the players that we named, we got Booker, we got Halliburton, we got Fox, we got Tatum. I still think Ja Morant's in there.
Yes, he comes back.
Who do you think realistically wins it first?
Speaking of Ja, man, they need him bad. He got maybe got about 5 more games left.
Marcus Smart is just cussing everybody out. You see him on the bench? He's throwing his hands up. He's cussing everybody out. Like, what are you guys doing?
Man, that is night and day coming from that environment to now losing. But I think Tatum may get it this year if the Celtics keep rolling.
Right.
I think he's the guy to bet on.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Ja's going to get it together. It won't obviously be this year. But I think next year or the year after, because I think the Joker's still probably going to win it this year. The way that they're playing.
Joker. Yeah, it's always going to be, really.
Joker, Embiid,
or Giannis.
Yeah. So I think
it's been a minute since an American player won it.
Yeah, so I think out of one of those guys, I think they're going to win it this year, but I think Ja's going to be the first one. I think he's going to turn it around, man. Hopefully, man, the young kid can turn around because, man, he's a talent, man.
We're gonna be tracking that. That's for sure.
All right, Jack. It's time for my favorite time of the week, Jack. You know what that means?
Drop it on us, cuz.
That's a fact, Jack. Stat of the week.
Yes, sir.
You're a movie buff, right, Jack?
I am.
All right. 2012. An Australian film titled Dead Europe.
Got me.
Starred who?
Josh Giddey.
A 16-year-old, not starred, he had a very small part, but a 16-year-old Giannis Antetokounmpo and his mother. And his mother.
They went to Australia?
They had a very small part in this film called Dead Europe.
He's just making up.
He had a very, it's very short. I watched his whole scene in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. His mother.
So he's
and his name in the credits is The Neighbor.
He's a
2012.
Teenager.
16 years old. Him and his mother.
Was he tall?
Tall.
Cool.
Tall, definitely tall.
Young.
They said him and his mother said they did it for extra cash.
Wow.
They were an extra in the movie. Had a very small part. Very, very small part.
Now
I think his line was, "He's dead, go away." And that was it. And he was never to be seen again.
Yeah, that's what he said. He'd be dunking on people.
Yeah. So that's a fact, Jack. Stat of the week, Jack. So Giannis at the age of 16, Dead Europe.
I can't wait to check that out tomorrow. I'm going to be digging around for that. I got to figure out offline, where'd you find that one?
Listen, man. Listen, these stats are harder than you think, Jack.
Listen, you went to the bottom of the ocean for that one, sir.
Listen, because there's a lot of stats out there. We got to give you some ones that you wouldn't think of. So that's this week's. That's a fact, Jack. Stat of the week,
man. So
listen, brother. I saw that. I said, man, he looked like the Giannis that was in that video where he said, "Want to be NBA player."
yeah. You look at that video, and I often tell Brandi with people who made it, but I didn't think they would ever make it. When I look at that, I said, I can't never make it.
Man, listen, man, if you think about where he was,
buddy,
to where he is now, man, he is a total different player, man.
Unbelievable. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats. And he was on a film called Dead Europe.
Dead Europe. You can find it on YouTube. Currently on YouTube. Oh, man, Dead Europe. So listen, Jack, I think that's it for this week, Jack.
Yes, sir, man. Glad to be back on. I know you got some shout-outs.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Shout out to my guy, Mark Hargrove, man. It's my guy from work, man. Listen, he tunes in every week. Mark is one of the hardest working men in show business, Jack. He's like back to color. What was it? Living Color. He got 10 jobs. That man got 10 jobs. So he said he listens to us on Thursdays in his car ride from one job to the next, man. So shout out to my man Mark Hargrove, and shout out to my dad, Jack. Ty Carter is listen. He's tuning in every week. I can't wait for the next episode. So shout out to Ty Carter.
He'll be talking crazy and he watching. Oh, man.
He told me to tell you something too. I got to think of what it is. He said, next time you talk to that Rashad, tell him that. I got to remember what he said, man. He told me to tell you something, though.
Man, I'm nervous, man. I'm glad you said it in the beginning.
Who you shouting out this week, Jack?
Man, listen, I'm shouting out you and Brandi and myself tonight because we is shooting this. When y'all see this, y'all gonna see it in the morning. It's not the morning when we shot.
It is not the morning.
Oh man, the dedication to us three tonight. Shout outs to us.
Shout out to us. Shout out to the Blizzard. for making all this happen.
Oh,
she's the one that makes this look good.
I usually slander her, but I'm not going to slander you tonight.
We won't do no weekly Briz slander.
No,
none of that will be tolerated.
And we'll be doing this on FaceTime, doing the whole show on FaceTime. we quit this operation.
We do not want that.
Yeah, but make sure you follow the show. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Politics as Usual Talk. You can follow Adam Carter at Mr. A. Carter 13. And I am at the Groveness. Listen, we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. And we'll catch you back next Thursday. Politics as Usual podcast. Y'all be great. Get your victory.
Nice ain't today's nice. I'm warming up. Yup. And feeling out of they league. Like I signed a contract to play ball overseas. Ha! A whole nother breed. Light years, I'm talking a whole nother speed. Yup. So sit back, enjoy the show. And this is Politics.